Hello everybody, my name's Andy Grice and I'm the minister at Salem Baptist Church and I'm here to welcome you to today's Messy Church. The only problem is, I've arrived at the building and there's a bit of a problem. I've had a look around and there's absolutely nobody here. Have a look. There's nobody here at all. Of course, thinking about it, everybody should be at home because we're on lockdown. Tell you what, I'll see you in a few minutes.
That was quick. So welcome everybody to Messy Church. Let me see if I can do this. At home. It's fantastic that you've been able to join us today for this virtual Messy Church at home. Of course, because of coronavirus, because we're all trying to keep safe and keep everybody else safe, we can't meet together in our building, but I hope you liked having a look around at the empty building. But it's great that you've been able to join with us. We thought we would try and do something for Messy Church today. So Helen is going to come and share a story with you from the Jesus Storybook Bible.
Hello, I'm reading from the Jesus Storybook Bible today. And today's story is called A New Beginning. Time passed and many people filled the earth. Everyone everywhere had forgotten about God and were only doing bad things all the time. God's heart was filled with pain when he saw what had happened to the world he loved. Everywhere was disease and death and destruction, all the things God hates most. Now, Noah was God's friend, which was odd in those days because no one else was. Noah listened to God. He talked to God. He just loved being with God, like you do with your best friend. Noah, God said, things have gone wrong. People have filled my world with hate instead of love. They are destroying themselves and each other and my world. I must stop them. First, we'll build an ark. Do you know how to build an ark? Neither did Noah. Luckily, God knew, and he would show him. So there's the plan for the ark. Let's see what Noah does next. A storm is coming, God told Noah, but I will rescue you. I promise. I'll send the animals to you, ones that creep and crawl and slither and slime and gallop and hop and bound and climb. And don't forget to pack everyone's food. The storm was going to wash away all the hate and sadness and everything that had gone wrong and make the world clean again. God had thought up a way to keep Noah safe, but Noah would have to trust God and do exactly what God told him to do. So Noah built an ark, short for a very large boat. Noah's neighbours came out to watch, and they pointed and laughed because they didn't believe Noah about the boat, or the storm, or needing to be rescued. And Noah must have looked rather silly. His boat was in the desert. The desert was nowhere near the sea, and there wasn't even a cloud in the sky. Why would anyone need an umbrella, let alone a boat? So there's all the people laughing at Noah, but there's Noah building the ark just as God said. But Noah didn't mind so much what other people thought. He minded what God thought, so he just did what God told him to do. And when the ark was ready, God said, "All aboard!" And Noah's family and all the animals climbed inside. Then God shut the door. There's Noah surrounded by the animals. Lots of different animals. And it started raining. For minutes that joined up into hours, that joined up into days, that joined up into weeks and weeks. And the rain joined into puddles, that joined up into rivers, that joined up into lakes, that joined up into a flood that covered the whole world. Their boat that had once seemed so big suddenly seemed very small. But in the middle of the huge storm, in the crashing waves, in all the thunder and lightning, through it all, God was with them. And God kept them safe for 40 long days and 40 long nights. There's the ark bobbing about on the flood with the big waves. Finally, the rain stopped. The sun came out and Noah threw open all the windows. "Hooray!" everyone shouted. Noah sent his dove out to explore, and it wasn't long before she brought him back a fresh olive leaf. Everyone knew exactly what that meant. She'd found a tree and land. The water was going down. At last the boat landed quite suddenly on top of a great mountain. As soon as it was safe, God said, "Out you come." And so they did, everyone skipping and dancing onto dry land. The first thing Noah did was to thank God for rescuing them, just as he had promised. And the first thing God did was make another promise. "I won't ever destroy the world again." And like a warrior who puts away his bow and arrow at the end of a great battle, God said, "See, I have hung up my bow in the clouds." And there, in the clouds, just where the storm meets the sun, was a beautiful bow made of light. There we are, everybody coming out of the ark, and there is God's bow in the sky. It was a new beginning in God's world. It wasn't long before everything went wrong again, but God wasn't surprised. He knew this would happen. That's why, before the beginning of time, he had another plan, an even better plan. A plan not to destroy the world, but to rescue it. A plan to one day send his own son, the rescuer. God's strong anger against hate and sadness and death would come down once more, but not on his people or his world. No, God's war bow was not pointing down at his people, it was pointing up into the heart of heaven. Let's have another look at the rainbow.
Thank you so much, Helen. I think you've got the job on Jack and Ori. Wasn't that a fantastic story to hear? Now, of course, it's great to hear the story from the Jesus Storybook Bible, but of course, Messy Church wouldn't be Messy Church without some crafts to do. So we've got some craft activities for you. The first challenge is I would love you to raid your recycling bin, find anything clean that you can in there, and make me a junk model of a pair of animals that you think would have gone on the ark with Noah. Take a picture of that and submit that via the website. So if you go along to salembaptist.org.uk, you can send your pictures to salem.cheltenham@gmail.com. And if I get some good pictures, I will put those on the website and everyone will be able to see them. But I'd also like you to go to our website, and if you go along, you will be able to see and download some other craft activities. The first one is this. I hope you can see that, which is that way. Here it is. Of course, that one is really black and white. If you download that and print it, color it in and make it nice and colorful, you can stick that on your window. If you have a problem printing and you would like to do that craft, get in touch with us again via the website salembaptist.org.uk. If you have a look at that, if you have a problem printing, we will do our best to get something to you. But then we've also got another craft for you to have a look at, and I'm going to disappear behind this one. This is the craft for you to do. Print that out, cut that circle out, and then if you follow the instructions that you can see there on the screen, you'll be able to do a craft. I think this craft works really well if you've got a paper plate lying around, and if you have then the craft, when it's made up, will look something like that. That's fantastic. Put together by Jenny for us. Thank you so much for doing that, Jenny. So have a go at those different activities. Take some pictures, send them to salem.cheltenham@gmail.com, or have a look on the website. There's various contacts on there, other videos, other things that you might be interested in. I hope you've enjoyed Messy Church at Home. Let us know how you get on, and if you've enjoyed this, we will do it again another time. See you again soon. Bye.